Myles Garrett
Yikes.
is the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Now, what is Myles Garrett known for? Well, how about attempted murder on Mason Rudolph last year? Now, I get it. There's going to be people that go, it's a different year, and guys can move on. Wait a second. There's some things that happen in sports that are so egregious and next level, hard to come back from, that things that you can control, by the way.
Yeah.
That you can say, all right, I don't care how many years later it is, Myles Garrett could have turned his life around and become a better person. Whatever. But you're really telling me that this year he's turned it around all the way, that he deserves a Walter Payton Man of the Year award? The thing that gets me is that there were people, of course there were people, that immediately defended what Myles Garrett did.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, is it really, can we really call it attempted murder? Is it really that extreme?
Walk down the street with a football helmet and smoke someone in the head with it and see if you don't go to prison.
Mason Rudolph to this day is thanking his lucky stars or whoever and whatever he believes in that helmet wasn't turned the other way.
Yeah.
Had it been hit on the crown of the helmet, it could have split his head open.
Yeah.
We may have actually watched a murder on live television.
Yeah.
He was lucky the padded part came down on him like he did. I'm sure that still hurt like what.
Oh, yeah.
But Myles Garrett, and then what made it worse in the whole situation was he had a chance to do a Kyle Larson thing and publicly come out and say, you know what, and maybe he did. I don't know. I'm going to take some anger management classes.
After a while.
Yeah, but the thing that made it worse was all this was going on, and then a few days later, what do we find out? Myles Garrett goes, oh, by the way, Mason Rudolph did call me I heard a racial slur in there. That's what it was.
Everyone doubled down.
Everyone said, wait a minute. Why wasn't that put out there? Why wasn't that put out there initially? And there was no answer for it. Like, well, it's just it's just something that I heard. I heard it. And the NFL's like, no, we did an investigation. There's no proof of that. So that made it even worse. Myles Garrett trying to play the race card. And so I lost all respect for him. When I look at Kyle Larson and his situation, I can say, hey, you know what? When I think of Kyle Larson after the day he retires, will the only thing I think about in his career be when he dropped the N-word? No. I'm sure it'll come up in my mind, like, yeah, I remember when that happened. But hopefully I can remember that he's also getting to race again. What happens when Myles Garrett retires? Does everybody else think, Myles Garrett, he was a fantastic defensive player. He was really good at rushing the passer. He was Walter Payton Man of the Year award. No, they're going to think he almost killed Mason Rudolph on a football field. Myles Garrett is not a good person. I don't care what it is. That if there was something said, we'll never know. You don't swing your helmet at a guy's open head. You just don't. It's something we've never seen before. It's completely wild. I was calling for his suspension for a long time. Like, should he even be able to play football again? And people that have heard this show know that I'm the guy that's completely for second chances. And I talked about it yesterday with Tom Brenneman. He drops a gay slur on the hot mic, and I hope he's able to come back and make it again. But this is the one thing that's crossed the line for me. You do something as stupid as that, why should you ever get a second chance? Nothing. I mean, clearly something's not right in your head, dude. So what this is ultimately is the Browns trying to act like he's turned this corner and they've noticed it. No, this is jumping the gun. This is overdoing it. This is overstating everything, and it's completely blatant. And you can never convince me that Myles Garrett deserves any type of Walter Payton award for the man that he is on and off the field. We all know what he is. He's borderline criminal. It's an absolute disaster. But leave it to the Browns to do something like that. Terrible organizations will continue to be terrible organizations, bottom line.